During Christmas dinner, my parents said, "You're a burden. You can't live with us anymore. You've already embarrassed this family enough. Do you even realize what people say about us because of you?" When I packed up and told them I'd stop paying the bills, my dad's fork froze halfway to his mouth. "My name is Jenna Marlowe. I'm 29. I used to think December meant cozy lights, cinnamon candles, and dumb board games. Now it just smells like burnt ham and cheap red wine while the people who raised me discuss my eviction like it's dessert." He stared across the table. "Don't be dramatic. You'll still help with the mortgage and utilities. You owe us that much after everything we've done for you." Mom adjusted the crooked angel on the tree, like straightening it would somehow straighten me. She wouldn't look at me, just kept smoothing the same wrinkle in the tablecloth. The house was in my name. The light bill, the internet, the health insurance they pretended came from some mysterious family plan when it was my employer's. I'd taken all of it onto my shoulders because I thought love meant, "Don't worry, I'll handle it." "Actually," I said, my voice so calm it scared me, "I'll be moving out by the end of the month, and I'll be removing my name from everything. You'll be fine, right? Since I'm such a burden." Silence dropped heavier than the snow outside. The old snow globe on the shelf hummed with the heat vent, its cracked glass catching the twinkle lights like it was full of broken storms. My niece whispered, "Aunt Jenna, your mascara's all smudgy." My thumb came back gray-black when I wiped under my eye. Dad pushed his chair back. "If you walk out after everything we sacrificed, don't you dare come crawling back." I picked up my keys, the grocery store loyalty tag hanging by a bent ring, and wrapped my fingers around the snow globe instead of an answer. I walked out with the snow globe still in my hand, its cracked glass cold against my palm. The front door clicked shut behind me, and for the first time in years, the night didn't feel hostile, it just felt honest. But before I even reached my car, my phone buzzed. "Dad." "Jenna, don't make this difficult," he said before I could speak. "We expect the January payments on time. Your brother has kids. We can't carry all this alone." There was the truth. Not love, not fear of losing me, just bills. "I'm not paying any more," I said. "Not a cent." He inhaled sharply. "Don't test me." But I was beyond testable. "You said I'm a burden. I'm just taking you at your word." His voice dropped into that tone. The one he used when he thought authority was the same thing as affection. "You think you can just leave? After we fed you? Raised you? What would people say if they knew how ungrateful you turned out?" I leaned against my car, the metal icy under my back. A couple walked their dog across the street. The dog shook snow off like glitter flying everywhere. That tiny, ridiculous detail, a dog shivering glitter, grounded me in a way his threats never could. "You're on your own now," I said softly. I expected shouting. Instead, there was a slow, poisonous calm. "You'll regret this, Jenna. When everything falls apart for us, the blame will be yours. People will know you abandoned your family." He hung up. I sat in the car, letting the heater struggle upward from cold breath to lukewarm air. The cracked snow globe rested in the cup holder, flakes barely moving. The symbolic motif of my life. Storms that looked pretty until you shook them. I whispered to myself, "Okay then, let's see what happens next." By the next morning, they'd started their campaign. Mom posted a long, trembling Facebook status about children who forget the hands that raised them, tagging every aunt, uncle, and church friend she could think of. My cousin sent a screenshot before I even woke up. Under it, dozens of comments bloomed like weeds. "Such a shame. Kids these days have no loyalty. Praying for your strength." Not one person asked what happened. Not one wondered why their 30-year-old daughter suddenly abandoned them 2 days before New Year's. Then my brother texted, "Brother, you really left them with everything? Brother, mortgage is due in 5 days. Brother, fix this." I typed, erased, typed again. Finally, me, not my responsibility. His typing bubbles popped up instantly. Brother, you're selfish. They gave you life, me, and called me a burden. Brother, you took it too seriously. A laugh escaped me, sharp, humorless. I set the cracked snow globe on my kitchen counter, watching the flakes drift sluggishly. Even shaken, the storm inside was slow to settle, kind of like me. Around noon, Mom called. The moment I answered, she went straight into her performance voice. We didn't mean any of that, she said. Families fight. You're overreacting. We need you to handle the utilities this month, just until things stabilize. Stabilize. As if their comfort was a natural law I had disturbed. No, I said. A clatter echoed through the phone. Maybe the table, maybe the phone hitting something, maybe her composure slipping. Jenna, she whispered, people are talking. Do you understand how humiliating this is for us? For us. I closed my eyes, breathing through the tightness in my chest. The heater clicked on beside me, making that odd ticking sound it always made when warming up. My AI bait breaker detail, the imperfect hum of a cheap system I'd never bothered to replace. I'm done being your reputation shield, I said, and I hung up. The fallout hit faster than I expected. By day 3, Dad called from an unknown number, probably because I'd blocked the first 2. His voice came out tight, controlled, like he was rehearsing calm. Jenna, the power company called, he said. They said the autopay was removed. Yes, I replied. A long silence. I could picture him standing in the kitchen, staring at the light switch like it personally betrayed him. You need to put it back. No. He exhaled through his nose, that sharp, irritated blow he used to give when I didn't fold towels the way Mom preferred. The mortgage is attached to your credit. If it goes unpaid, people will think you're irresponsible. Your job could find out. That's why, I said quietly, I already transferred the deed back to you 2 last month. I mailed the notarized paperwork. You never opened the envelope. The silence snapped. You what? I'm not tied to the house anymore. Everything's yours, just like you wanted. There was a muffled yell behind him. Mom, frantic. Ask her about the insurance. Ask her now. He lowered his voice. Jenna, your mother needs her medication this month. If we lose coverage... Dad, you told everyone it was your insurance. You told me I was only helping. Remember? That was just to make things simpler. Simpler for them. Always. He tried one last tactic. You don't want your mother upset. You know how she gets. People at church already heard about your behavior. A bitter laugh slipped out. They can think what they want. I looked at the snow globe on my desk. A small chip in the base I'd never noticed before. Another imperfect detail. The flurries inside drifted lazily, tiny white flecks refusing to settle. I'm not paying any more, I said firmly. Dad's voice cracked, fury leaking through the cracks. Then don't come back here when everything falls apart. But for the first time, I realized nothing was falling apart for me, only for them, and that was just the beginning. By day 5, the mask finally cracked. It started with a knock on my apartment door, frantic, uneven, the kind that comes from someone who's been pacing their car rehearsing a speech. When I opened it, my brother stood there, shivering slightly even though it wasn't that cold. He wasn't wearing a jacket. Typical, he always left it somewhere and blamed everyone else. Jenna, we need to talk, he said, pushing inside before I invited him. He scanned my living room. The small plant on the windowsill, the thrifted lamp with a crooked shade, the snow globe sitting on the coffee table, like the quiet center of the storm. His eyes lingered on it, then on me. Mom is crying nonstop, he said. Dad hasn't slept. The mortgage is overdue. The bills are stacking, and everyone is asking questions. Just fix it. Put everything back. His voice cracked on back, like he still believed things could magically reset. No, I said simply. He threw his hands up. Do you want our parents to suffer? I met his stare. Do you want me to keep being the family wallet? That's not fair. Neither is calling your own daughter a burden on Christmas. His jaw tightened. They didn't mean it. They meant every syllable. He started pacing, rubbing the bridge of his nose. The same nervous tic he had since high school. Look, Jenna, people are talking. About our family. About you. It's embarrassing. There it was again, reputation over reality. I leaned forward slightly. Let them talk. He stopped pacing. Mom said if you don't help, she'll have to tell people the truth. Which truth? I asked. The one where I paid for everything? Or the one where they pretended they didn't need me? He swallowed hard. He finally whispered, "They're terrified, Jenna." The snow globe's cracked glass caught the afternoon light, scattering it in fractured, trembling patterns across his face. Good, I said quietly. They should be. His eyes widened, not in anger this time, but in realization. Everything was shifting, and they could feel it. By day 7, everything truly unraveled, not because of me, but because the truth finally reached the one person they never expected would hear it. My Aunt Linda, the family watchdog, the woman who knew every secret, every rumor, every whispered disgrace. She called me early morning, her voice low but steady. "Sweetheart, is it true? Were you paying their mortgage?" I hesitated. Yes. And the insurance, utilities, groceries, car payments. All of it. A long, stunned silence. Then, in a trembling voice I'd never heard from her, "They told everyone you were draining them." Of course they did. By noon, it hit the family group chat like a lightning strike. My aunt didn't hold back. She listed every bill in full detail. The house in my name, the years of payments, the medical insurance I'd carried, the fact that I alone kept that household afloat. The group erupted. Screenshots flooded in from cousins I barely spoke to. "Cousin Amy, wait. They kicked you out." "Uncle Mike, your parents have been lying for years." "Linda, everyone owes Jenna an apology." Everyone. Meanwhile, Mom exploded in the chat. "MOM, Jenna, why would you tell them?" "MOM, you humiliated your father." "MOM, fix this now." Then Dad joined, typing in all caps, like shouting through the phone would restore control. "Dad, you made US look bad. Dad, we are your parents. You should respect US." I didn't reply. Instead, I placed the snow globe on my windowsill. Afternoon light hit the cracked glass, casting broken halos on the wall, a reminder of everything that had fractured long before Christmas dinner. My phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't family. It was HR from my job. "HR, Jenna, your parents called the office. They said your mental instability is affecting your work. Please call us immediately." My heart stopped. So this was their next move. They were trying to destroy my credibility, and they had no idea what was coming next. I called HR immediately, pulse thudding in my ears. My manager, Claire, picked up, calm, measured, the exact opposite of the chaos happening outside my life. "Jenna," she said gently, "I need to ask you something difficult. Your parents said you're having emotional episodes, that you're unstable, that you might need time off." My stomach twisted. "Claire, none of that is true." "I figured," she said. "You're one of the most consistent employees here. But legally, since the call came from family, we need to document it." She paused. "Do you want to explain what's going on?" For one trembling second, the old version of me, the one who protected my parents' image, almost answered with, "It's fine, just a misunderstanding." But then I saw the snow globe across the room, cracked and perfect, still standing, still catching light in broken places. "They kicked me out," I finally said, "on Christmas, after years of me paying everything. And when I stopped paying, they tried to punish me by calling my job." Silence. Then Claire exhaled sharply. "Dear God." "I have documentation," I added. "Years of payments, bank statements, emails. I can send whatever HR needs." "Please do," she said. "And Jenna, I'm sorry. No one deserves that. After the call, I forwarded everything: mortgage receipts, insurance statements, every shred of proof. Within an hour, HR emailed back. HR, thank you. We're marking the complaint as malicious interference. Your position is secure. I sat back on my couch, relief hitting me so hard it felt like a wave. A minute later, Dad called again. I let it ring. Then Mom texted, MOM. How dare you expose US like this? MOM, fix it or we will. I stared at the messages, feeling something settle inside me, a quiet, steely finality. They had dragged my name through the mud. Now it was time to hand them the mirror. I picked up the cracked snow globe, shook it once, watched the storm rise. Tomorrow, I would make the call that would change everything. The next morning, I woke before sunrise. The apartment was quiet, heater ticking, distant traffic humming, flakes in the snow globe slowly settling after last night's shake. I picked it up, feeling the cool curve of the cracked glass under my thumb. Strange how something flawed could still be clear. Then I made the call. Not to them, to the bank. A calm representative answered, How may I help you today? I need to report a change in financial responsibility, I said, steady and certain. The mortgage, utilities, insurance, any accounts previously tied to my name. I want full documentation reflecting the transfer I filed weeks ago. The woman typed quickly. Yes, I see everything here. The deed transfer was received and processed. They are now the sole parties responsible. A breath left me, slow, clean, final. Please send written confirmation. Of course. And Jenna, she added softly. Good for you. After that, I called the insurance provider. Then the utility companies. Each call tightened the boundary, reinforced the truth, closed every loophole my parents could try to squeeze through. By noon, the paperwork was sent. Verified. Final. That's when the storm hit. Mom's voice messages poured in first, sobbing, furious, pleading. Dad's messages followed, threats wrapped in desperation. Dad, you ruined us. Dad, fix this now. Dad, people are calling. We're humiliated. Then my brother. Brother, what did you do? I didn't reply. Instead, I walked to the windowsill, setting the snow globe in its old spot. Outside, light snow drifted, soft and quiet, nothing like the chaos they were drowning in. For the first time, the flurries inside the globe settled completely. No storm, no shaking, just stillness. A message buzzed. It was my Aunt Linda. Aunt Linda, proud of you. Finally choosing yourself. I exhaled long and steady. My story wasn't about punishing them. It was about freeing me. I looked at the snow globe, flawed, cracked, surviving, and whispered, Me too.